So today's chat is just going to be like a little live sewing chat. Basically, we've got the Lawn Sew Along starting next Sunday, and we just kind of wanted to check out all the audio visual setup. So if you've got any comments today on like the setup on how we can improve, just let me know. So I can see we've got a few people from all over. We've got a few people from the UK. Hello. And oh, California, very nice. I bet it's nicer weather there than it is right now here. And okay, we've got South Africa. Hiya. So it's quite nice. We've got people from all over. And New York. Oh, love New York. And I've also got a cat here that's trying to say hi to everyone. So basically what I was just going to do today was just chat through like what I'm up to at the moment, my next pattern, bag making supplies, just various sort of things like that. And if you've got any questions about bag making, just go ahead and drop them in the comments. So we've got loads of people joining us. Texas, North Dakota, Illinois, London. Oh, there's loads. Oh, and Ireland. That's great. Okay, so what I was going to chat about first of all is we're trying to do like some new videos on YouTube, and you've probably seen my Easy Watch Tricoda video. So my husband Adam's been helping me with that. And the next one was going to be this, which is a Luz Marina, which is a pattern from Oro Rosa. So if you've made this pattern, just let me know. You can see I'm kind of getting there with it. This is the lining. So this is a blended threads fabric, and that's going to be the exterior. So I just added piping. That's basically the only change I made from the actual pattern. Got a bit of cork on the base and some Mora faux leather as well. So yeah, you can see I'm nowhere near finished. Apparently, according to the pattern, I'm only halfway through. So I've got loads left to do, but I'm really looking forward to how this one comes out, and I'm really enjoying it. I like to do other people's patterns regularly just to have a bit of fun, really, you know, because sometimes I don't want to do the maths around my own pattern. So Oro Rosa is one that I particularly like. I've made her Zaneda backpack as well, and now she's got this new one out. I think it's called the Lena or the something like that. It's like a little one with the sides coming out. It's just so pretty. So I really want to give that a go as well. But that's how far I've gotten. That's been going on for weeks because we're making like an Easy Watch video with it, and it means that Adam has to be free to help me with the filming at the same time that I'm free to do the sewing. That just never happens, so that's why that's as far as I've got. So the other thing I've been working on is my next pattern. So I think Adam's gonna change to an overhead shot. Yeah? Okay, we're good. I've got Adam, my husband, in the background here helping me out today. So I'm using this like minty green cork, which has been sat in my fabric pile forever, and I didn't think I liked it until I found this fabric, and then yeah, it just worked perfectly. So I've got a little bit of quilting going on this pattern. I wanted to introduce, I don't know if you noticed, but I try to introduce like something new into each pattern. So this one's got quilting. It's also got a drop-in lining, my first drop-in lining, so you'll have to see what you think of that. What's it going to be? It's going to be like it's going to be a large tote bag. So I've got the lining here. It's kind of similar to the Lumexa size. This is the lining, which is pretty much done because all the pockets are on the outside, so the lining's really quick to make. And I made it with waterproof canvas. And it's my first time using Decaville to waterproof canvas, and I was really worried about how it was going to turn out. But actually, it didn't melt my canvas at all or anything. I didn't have any problems with it, so it's gone really well. So this is going to be the photo one for my pattern, which means the pattern goes to testers as soon as I finish this, sometime next week. And then we're going to be moving on to creating the video for it once the testers have given me their feedback. So it's getting pretty close. It'll be out sometime in October, but it's going to be more of a beginner friendly pattern. It's got box corners. So it's like the Lumexa in size, but the construction is so different, and hopefully the idea is that it's going to be like really beginner friendly. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. So something else that I was going to show you guys is just all of the fabrics that I've had arrive recently, because, you know, we love fabrics. So I'm sure I'm not the only one there with a bit of a fabric hoarding pattern. So Adam, do you want to go back to the overhead? I was going to show, yeah, great. This one is, I think, someone might be able to correct me, but it's from somewhere in Canada, and my sister Debbie bought it for me because she knew I'd seen it on a bag and loved it. I think it might be from Styled Magnolia, I think that's what they're called, but I'm not 100% sure, but I am just loving this colour. And this is another one from them as well that she got me at the same time, which is like an alcohol ink print, so that's pretty cool. Then I've got some more waterproof canvas. So I'm getting all my waterproof canvas at the moment from Little Stitcher Sews. It's not like sticky on the back, so it's quite easy to sew, and I don't have to worry about it sticking. She did have one batch at one point that was like a little bit stickier, and that was trouble for me. But this new stuff has got like a really easy to sew back, and so I don't even have to put on my Teflon foot, whereas before I did occasionally. So I got lime green and aqua, amazing. It's lightweight waterproof canvas, so it's perfect for linings. It's like a 300 weight. I've also got some of her vinyl. So this is, I would say it's somewhere between, if you've ever used them, the Rex and the Mora. It's kind of like in between those two. It's got a really nice feel to it. Yeah, it just feels lovely. So I've made a couple of bags with this and I'm testing them out right now, you know, using them loads, just checking, because that's just what I like to do with fabrics. And so far it has been brilliant. And this is the grey one. So these are the matte colours, but she also has some pearl colours on her website, which look really cool. But anything pearly or anything like that, I'm kind of cautious with because I'm scared of sticking. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. I know like you get all these amazing glittery vinyls and oh my goodness, I love them, but I don't think I would love to sew them. Okay, so this is actually a fabric I designed myself. Wattle and Slate is a company in Britain who, they do like custom fabrics, but this one is one of my designs, which I asked her to print for me because she does a print your own service. So I'm really happy with how that turned out. And I did like a very similar design on this one. So I'm trying to get in shot, there you go. So it's the same flowers, but different background and a different scale. And I was actually really happy with how this turned out as well. I didn't think I was going to like this background colour, but I thought I should try something different. And yeah, I do like it. Okay, and then these final two are ones that Debbie, my twin sister, designed. So to design this one, she bought a, what is it called? It's like, you can just buy like the digital file for the outline and that sort of thing. So she bought that and coloured in the background and everything and changed the colours for the pattern. And yeah, it's really nice. It's really cool. It's got little hummingbirds here and there on it. So that's that one. And then this is another one that she designed, which has got like these wreaths, I think they are, aren't they? Of flowers on this navy background. So yeah, these turned out really cool. So if you ever want to do print your own, you should check out Wattle and Slate. She does print your own whenever she does like fabric rounds. And yeah, it's just a really good opportunity if you want to try it out. So Adam, have you got any questions coming through? Because I have not been paying attention. Let's have a look. Oh, Liz, I don't sell my own fabric. No, I just thought I wanted to give it a go, you know. I was just having a bit of fun and seeing how it went, and I've not even considered any of that, so I don't know. I know there are designers that do that, but I haven't looked into that at all. So
somebody asked, did you do the piping on the Las Marina?
Yes. What about, so hang on, go back to it, Adam, and ask me the question.
Did you make the piping?
Oh no, oh man, I'm so lazy when it comes to piping. Almost as lazy as my binding. I bought the piping off eBay. It's just really cheap, and I've had it like sat in my drawer for ages, and then I saw this colour and thought, yeah, that's got to go in there. So that's why I decided to add the piping there, just because it went perfectly with the colours I was using. Hey everyone, we've got loads loads of people from all over, but there is definitely a couple from California. Feeling a bit jealous because our weather is cloudy, very cloudy right now. Okay, and then I was just going to show you some of the zips that I've got in, because some of you might know that I've started stocking like hardware for bags as well. But zips especially, I was just having trouble finding different colours in Britain, and I know in America and Canada you have like these amazing zip suppliers. There's like Zipper Valley in Canada, and in Australia there is online bag supplies who does awesome zips. But you don't really get that much of that over here, so I decided to start stocking some. So I've got this rainbow one, which the colour just changes so much depending on the light and the angle that you're using. And then I've got some brass, and I've got black because I started stocking black hardware some time ago because I just couldn't find black hardware anywhere. And then I realised I needed black zips. So I've got a few different zips, but they've all got black teeth on them. And then I've been getting a few different black zips because I just don't see a lot of black hardware around. So now I've just started stocking like everything I can in black. But these, so I was just going to show you. These luxury zips, I call them on my website, because they've got like a little join in them, and I just really like them. Those are my favourite. But my most recent new addition is number 3 zips, which are very cute because everything's cute in miniature. So that's the number 5 and that's number 3. So number 3 is like better for bag linings, and that was just something I felt like you don't see a lot of. You don't see a lot of like rainbow number 3 zips. And I know some number 3 zips can be a nightmare, but I tried to make sure that I got some really high quality ones. So I'll show you that it's not too hard to put the zip pulls on, because I've bought number 3 zips in the past and not been able to get the zips on. So yeah, they're not hard at all, but they're just pretty cute. I got to admit, I'm kind of tempted to try these on the outside of a bag. I just feel like it would give like a more subtle look, so I might try that soon. Okay. Oh, Adam's looking at me. You've got a question, Adam?
Somebody's asked the age-old question, where do you get the names for your bag patterns?
Oh, yeah, okay. Names for my bag patterns. So we live in Cornwall. That's where I grew up. And Cornwall's like right at the bottom of Britain. It used to be its own little country. So it has its own language, which I believe only about 5 people can speak now. It's almost a dead language. I'm not sure how they classify a dead language, but basically it's not used for anything except like place names and road names. So when you're driving around Cornwall, you get these really bizarre names, and they are generally where I start off with a bag name. So I'll see something. Okay, so everywhere around here begins with a tr, T-R-E. So that is where I came with the tricoder. I saw somewhere which is called Drakenning, which is near here, and I don't know, I came up with tricoder. So what I look for with the names is for them to be not too complicated, but to have no tags taken. So if you go into like Instagram and type in tricoder, it won't come up with anything else. It will only come up with my bags, like bag patterns. So if say I called it like the Charlotte bag and you typed in Charlotte as a hashtag, it would come up with, 3 billion tags. So the idea was that you could just type it in, you type in like Lemexa or Vordenza, nothing else will come up. So if you're looking for inspiration on Facebook or Instagram or even Google, then you should be able to type it in, and then you can see everyone's like photos, and then you can see what fabrics they used and how they've done theirs and any changes they made. And it's just really easy to get some inspiration. So that's like the idea behind it. Don't want to seem pushy, but could you sell bag kits, fabric zip and hardware? Just saying. Do you know what? We've just been to a friend's house today and she was saying the exact same thing. Can you do bag kits with absolutely everything in, like the fabric, the stabilizers, the zips, the hardware? We've been thinking about it. It's very difficult making that decision for people on the fabrics. That's what I'm worried about is, I'm deciding what fabrics you're going to use. What if you don't like the fabrics? Yeah, so I have been thinking about it. if there's enough interest in it, I definitely would do it. And I think it would be like a great way to start your first bag, because you don't want to buy like a metre of Decaville light and a metre of woven interfacing and then pay for all the shipping from the different places. You could just buy like everything you need in one kit. So yeah, I'll keep thinking about that. I'll let you know. Explain the difference between the stabilizers. Yeah, okay. Adam, do you want to just reach into that cupboard there and pull me out some stabilizers? Okay, so if you want to go for the two in the middle, that white one and the beige one just below it. Something just fell down. Who knows what that was? Thank you. And that one, okay. And then from the top, do you want to just give me a little bit of the non-woven interfacing? Yep. And is there any woven in there? I don't know if there will be actually. You might have to get me that big long roll that's up by the loft. Yeah. Okay, so stabilizers. Okay, I'm never really sure if I'm using the right terminology because it seems to vary a bit, and I think it might be like a country to country thing. But for me, stabilizers are what give it like stability, the real stability. And then interfacing is what I adhere to the fabric in order to give it, yeah, that's the one, give it some extra strength and that sort of thing. Okay, so for interfacing, you get like medium, heavy, you get loads of different types. But the two main types that you'll mostly see in bag patterns is medium woven and medium non-woven. Okay, so the medium woven is this one. And you can see it's actually like woven. That it's actually, it's just like normal fabric, you know, like cotton fabric. It's actually woven. And when you adhere this to your fabric, it gives it like extra strength and a little bit of extra stability, but it stops it from like fraying, it stops it from wearing so fast, and it stops it from stretching. So if you made a bag with just fabric, without any of this, it would just stretch over time, it would wear quickly, it would possibly fray, and that's what this stops happening. So this is great. But woven interfacing is a lot more expensive than non-woven. Now, non-woven is great for like pockets, card slots, anything where you want like a bit of extra stability, straps. But it's not woven, it's a bit more like paper, kind of. Rather than feeling fabricy, it feels papery. That's the best way I can think to describe it. And that's great for card slots because you want them to be nice and crispy. But on like the main part of a bag, you don't really want crispy, you know. So like this. So when I've used non-woven on the outside of a bag, it kind of looks crispy, it creases easier, it doesn't look as good in the end result, whereas woven, it looks like fabric, it drapes like fabric. So that is a big difference there between those two. And that's what I would class as interfacing. I thought that was going to fall down on me then. Okay, so those are the interfacings. And then stabilizers, for me, is anything that's like going to give it more stability. So you've got foam, which is great for like this. It's kind of, some people don't like it because it's kind of puffy, but it gives like the bag real stability. It's like really nice and sturdy and yeah, a nice stability. Whereas this one's got Decaville light and it's not quite as sturdy and spongy. So that's foam. I love foam for a stable bag, just love it. Fleece is another option. Fleece is like thinner than foam. It's going to make it more, I don't think I've got anything with fleece in. It's going to make it more malleable. Decaville light is really popular and I really like it as well. Although in fact this is Decaville heavy, I've just realised. But it's the same sort of thing, it's just twice the thickness. Decaville light is, yeah, so it's a bit like leather. And I used it on this and I use it on my Lawans. So it's a bit more, see, it's not as firm as the foam. It kind of makes it more leathery. That's the best way I can describe it. It's hard to describe without you feeling it. Decaville Light's used most commonly. Decaville Heavy is great for bases and stuff. I did once use it in the outside of a bag and I regretted it because it was really, really hard to turn the bag out and it was just too stiff. So that's the 2 Decavilles. And then this is Peltex, which comes in fusible, non-fusible, but most of the Peltexes are very similar and basically they're great for bases. Like really stable for bases. Or if you want to use them on an outside of a bag, which I'm going to on my new pattern, you can just use them for like a section just to keep it really sturdy. So hopefully that's kind of clarified those. Adam, have you got any questions for me?
Yeah, this is a good one. This is Ruth adding. For next week, should we have everything already cut out or just fabric on hand?
Just fabric on hand. Okay, so next week, a lot of people are probably going to want to skip, to be frank. I just realised that might be an English saying. But basically, next week is preparation. So we're just chatting about what fabrics to use, what stabilisers to use, because I know like not everybody is going to have the stabiliser that is in the pattern. So then we can chat through what alternatives you could use depending on what fabric you're using. If you want to use like a thick vinyl, what stabilisers you would change. We're going to talk through zips, hardware that you need, needles that you might need, just kind of everything that you need to prepare for the pattern. And then basically that gives you like a week to order anything that you might be missing, anything that you might need. So next week is just preparing. So if it's like one of your first bags, which hopefully it isn't because the Lawn is really hard, but if it is, because I know some of you are going to be giving it a go anyway as your first bag, then that you do not want to miss. But if you're if you're an experienced bag maker and you already know what you want to use for your lawn, then next week's just not going to be of interest to you probably. So you want to skip to the following week, which is when we're actually just going to cut it all out and interface it. Go ahead, Adam. What's next?
Helena Greenwood, will you be selling individual hardware in other colours too soon? Which is a shameless plug for...
So, yeah. So at the moment, if you probably noticed, I've got loads of black on my website. So it's like matte black. I am currently waiting for a large order of rainbow. So I'm going to try and stock everything in rainbow. So because I've got my new webbings in, these are 1.5 inch for my 1.5 inch webbing. I am going to have everything coming in rainbow. And I think that will be in the next couple of weeks. And then I've got a massive stock of brushed brass coming in. So brushed brass is like my new favourite colour. So I'll just show you the difference. Do you want to go to the overhead, Adam? Okay, well it's a little bit dark. It's just really dark now. It's already that time of year. Okay, so we've got the antique brass. You know, it kind of has like that, well, antique effect really. But brushed brass, these two are brushed brass. You can see they're kind of more, what's the word? More shiny, like slightly, they look kind of perfect. I love this colour. It's a little bit almost like goldy kind of in comparison. It's less brown and more gold. So I love the brush brass and I've got everything coming in brush brass because I haven't seen that colour anywhere else really in stock. So that's coming in let's say October because I can't be sure when. I did really want to do antique copper, which is a colour that Vella does for her zips, but we're kind of running out of space, so Adam's said no for now. So we'll see, we'll come back to that one. Some of you know I've got a pre-order going on at the moment because I am doing pre-order zips for Vella in the UK. So I've got like her hummingbird coming in and her, this is a cardinal, he's a little cutie. I've got elephants, sorry, this is a silver. I'm actually not going to be stocking silver yet. So for now, I'm just going to be doing brass, black and rainbow for everything. So I've got everything of hers coming in brass, black and rainbow. It's got paw prints, pineapples. I've got loads of different stuff coming in. I've got some more octopus coming back in because I'm out of stock of those, and owls and all sorts. So and these lotus flowers, which are pretty cool. So I've got loads and loads of her stuff coming in. So I'm doing a pre-order for that right now, which closes tomorrow. But then I've also got some new designs, just like stars and anchors and that sort of stuff. And then I got some handmade pulls as well. And this one, which was just a trial one, I wasn't sure how it's going to turn out, which says handmade. I've just got in brass at the moment, but I got black and rainbow on my pre-order. So yeah, so that's what I've got going on with Zips, because I'm working with Vella Creative Designs. She just changed the company name. So yeah, I'm working with her a bit. If you're in the US, just check her out. She's amazing. Her designs are so good, but obviously getting stuff in Britain's harder, so that's why I've started stocking all of her, lots of her designs over here. And she's got some really cool designs coming up. She's got one called Bugging Out coming up soon, which is butterflies, bees, all that sort of thing. It's really cool. Like she's got like honeycomb rivets and stuff like that. Have you thought of making a wallet pattern? I just saw this question come up. I can see Adam's face. Adam's been going on to me about making a wallet pattern for ages. I have thought about making a wallet pattern, but I'm just not a fan of smaller stuff because, you know, more precision, more patience. Yeah, I will get around to it because Adam's been hassling me about it. But what I actually have planned after this large tote, because this is like a beginner friendly tote that I'm doing right now. I've got a full size backpack planned, and then I was thinking that I should probably do like a wallet, but I was kind of debating making it more of a clutch, more of like a clutch wallet, because I think more and more, I don't know about in other countries, but here in Britain, people just aren't carrying wallets much because they've got it all on their phone. Like they pay contactless on their phone. So I think it's not so necessary now, but people want something that they can just like hold a couple of cards in and their wallet and their phone and their sunglasses. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about going for. We'll see. What pattern am I planning for the 1.5 inch webbing? I'm planning a backpack. So I was going to use it in this current pattern, but then I changed my mind. So I'm going to be using it in the backpack. So it's a full-size backpack, like a school-size backpack that you can fit binders in and everything, and a laptop. And I'm going to use the 1.5 inch webbing for that. So everything will be in stock well before I get that pattern done. So I've got like some custom webbing that I had designed using the same design that I used on my fabric. But all my webbing came into stock really quick, and then my hardware is like lagging behind, and so that's why I've ended up with the webbing in stock before my 1.5 inch hardware. But it will be here soon, I'm told. So Adam, oh yes. So someone was asking what pattern we're doing for the so long. We're doing the Lawarn, which is this one. But we're doing it without the side pockets. So the side pockets make it into an advanced pattern. And the full video tutorial includes like the side pockets, which have got card slots in them as well. But for the sew along, we're going to do it without the pockets. If you want to do the pockets like in between the weeks, there's no problem with that. And during the sew along, I'll tell you like which pages of the pattern you need to do if you want to add the pockets. But I wanted it to be a bit more of a easygoing sew along, let's say, because I thought I've already done the tutorial with the pockets, and I don't kind of want the tutorial and the sew along to be exactly the same. So yeah, that's why we're doing that. Ruth Allen, yes, there's a pre-order on my site for the zips. Yeah, but that closes tomorrow. So yeah, and I'll have a small amount of stock afterwards of all the zips, but not a lot. Okay, Adam. Oh, can you do regular and pre-order together? You can. I just will then dispatch it all at once. So if it won't be dispatched to you like immediately. It will wait, and then all your pre-order stuff, when that comes in, then I'll send everything off to you. Particularly for orders outside the UK, because I do like free delivery over a certain amount, but it is quite a high figure, but it depends what country it is. But then yeah, I'll wait and put it all in together. It will all go in one go. Any advice on pre-shrinking woven interfacing to avoid bubbling afterwards? Okay, so I have found that the best way for me is to just, I steam, I don't pre-shrink my fabrics and I don't pre-shrink my interfacing. Instead, when I fuse them together, I use really high heat with loads of steam and I find that then it all shrinks. So I interface everything before I cut it out. I figure out how much fabric I need. I allow for a bit of extra because of the shrinkage, and then I interface all of that at once because otherwise it all shrinks after I've cut it, which I don't want. And if I like pre-wash my fabric and not my interfacing, then I've got a problem because the fabric's already shrunk and the interfacing hasn't. So I want them to shrink together, which is why I do it then. So I haven't had any problems except when I've used like cheap interfacing, then I've had big problems. So I've ended up, I tried a few different ones, ones that I was even recommended, but I don't get on with them and they bubble. So I've ended up going back to G700, which is like the common one here, but I think it's basically the same as SF101 if you're in America. Did you have green elephants? Elephants, I'm just going to have the rainbow version, so this rainbow version of them, and black and brass for the elephants. And I got some others. I think I got the lions and zebras from her jungle round. I think they're all on my pre-order.
Somebody is hoping that we can do a bit more leather.
Ooh, Adam will be well happy to hear that. Okay, so leather work, yeah. Adam really wants to do more leather work because that's what he has always done, and that's how I ended up getting into bags, is because he makes leather bags and he encouraged me to start trying. But leather tried my patience because he does the type of leather where you hand stitch everything, and yeah, you need patience for that. So yeah, we will be using more leather in the future because Adam wants to do like a few little tutorials, like short tutorials on using leather and that sort of thing. And he also just wants to add some more leather to my bags, so doing like handles and that sort of thing. I don't think we have any leather stuff in here, do we? No. We haven't got any of your bags.
The backpack will probably be.
You're going to try and put some leather in my backpack design, are you? Okay. Yeah. Where did I say to check for hardware in the USA? Vella Creative Designs. So she just does zips. Well, she does actually do some other hardware as well, I think now. But her zips are just, yeah, really, really cool. Adam, can I show you this? Will it focus? Do you need to tap it? No? Yeah? Okay. So hopefully you can see this little hummingbird. This is just like one of her designs that I've got going on pre-order. You might have to tap it again, Adam. She's got like basically all these really unique zips that are just unique to her, and she's definitely worth checking out if you're in the USA because she has quite a lot of stock, and then she does like a pre-order probably once a month or so, I would say. Oh look, Adam's going to show you a leather bag. So this is the type of leather work. Dusty like that Adam does. So this is like a large, it's almost like a briefcase really, isn't it, Adam, that he does, and he like hand stitches everything, so you can imagine the patience that goes into something like this. And yeah, this is the sort of stuff that Adam loves to do, so it is really dusty. Is this because you haven't used it because of the pandemic? Yeah, so that's the type of leather that Adam does, which is like is it called veg tan? Yeah, veg tan leather, which means it's like more naturally anyway than others, tanned with vegetables and stuff. But that's why it's originally called veg tan. I don't know if they actually use vegetables, but it's like more natural than chrome tan leather. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. Is it possible to show how to sew leather on a machine? Yeah, I'd love to do some leather on the machine, but you've got to be really specific on what type of leather you use, because I think all of Adam's leather is
2 or 3 mil.
2 or 3 mil, yeah, thick. It's very thick. Like my old Singer couldn't get through it. So yeah, I will have to get the right type of stuff for him. Will the zip pulls also be available from Vella or just the UK? No, yeah, she's got them, a lot of them in stock already in the USA. So if you're in the USA, you can just go ahead and go on her site, and or I guess if you're in Canada, I think she does ship like internationally. The problem for us Brits is that anything that comes into the country, we get charged VAT on, which is fine, but you also get like a handling fee, and that can be £12 to £15. So if you're just buying like 10 zips, it's really expensive. So that's why I'm stocking them in the UK. But yeah, if you're in the USA, just go straight onto Vella. Just type in Vella Creative Designs in Google. You should be able to bring her up, or you can find her on Instagram or Facebook. And yeah, she's got loads in stock ready to go. Okay. Oh, Daphne said she made her first bag this week and it was a Toulouse. Oh, I'm so glad. That is so cool. What is the name of the person? Oh, okay. I'm just going to I'll put it in the comments. Vella Creative Designs. Yeah, if you give her a Google, you should be able to find her. Right, okay, so I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to chat about today. Adam, is there any questions that I've missed that you want to...
I think we've covered everything. This was only a test.
Yeah, it was. If you can let me know whether the video and audio is any good. I get the impression that the overhead is too dark, so that is something that we'll need to work on, ready for the Lawarn. But next week for the Lawarn So Long, it's going to be really short. It's going to be like half an hour, just basically just preparing all your supplies, making sure you've got all the right supplies, chatting through if you're not sure what stabilizer you need for the fabric you're using or something like that. Yeah, so next week's just preparation. It's going to be really quick, like half an hour. Then the second week we're going to get cutting, interfacing, and we'll get going. So we'll just go through the whole process. You can like chop and change. So if you want to skip the first two and then just get to the actual sewing on week 3, that's fine. Just pick and choose which ones you want to do, and they'll all be live, but then they'll also be available afterwards. So if you can't make it, just don't worry. It will be on my YouTube channel. I think I've also finally figured out how to get the replay questions to come up on my YouTube as well. So you shouldn't be missing anything if you're watching it later. Will Debbie be sewing with me? Yeah, she should be. So hopefully, Debbie, my sister who did the Momexa So Long with me, that was her second bag ever, I think it was. So she's made a couple more since then, but she's still really new to bag making. And she's the reason I ended up with the Lawarn. She like basically came up with the whole idea for it. She should be joining me for the Lawarn Sew Along and doing the sewing. But it's always a little bit touch and go because she's a single mum with 2 kids. So it just depends. I don't want to make any commitments in case one of them gets ill or something. But she should be, hopefully. Oh, I want to see the cat. Yeah, she's disappeared. She was bothering me at the beginning and no, she's suddenly disappeared. But she does make an appearance in the Luz Marina video when we finish that because she's already in it, isn't she, Adam? Yeah. Okay, thanks everybody for joining, and feel free to stick any comments, any questions in the comments, and I will try to answer them later. Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. And hopefully you can join us for the Lawarn, which will be next Sunday, same time, 5 PM UK time. So we're on British summertime at the moment. But what I'll try and do, because that does make a difference, I'll try to set it up on YouTube so that you can set up reminders if you want to, and then it should let you know what time it is in your time zone. So hopefully that'll help. Yeah, and we'll see you all next week. Bye everyone.